This is contemporary issues in business, and this is assignment submission 1, CW1, and it's 2000 words, and it's a management report. It is due in the third week on a Friday by 6 p.m. But we would recommend that you submit this beforehand to check your similarity rate. So the structure for report format, I'm sure you are well aware of, includes an executive summary, contents page, an introduction page, and then the main sections, which includes contemporary issues, to critically analyze two of those contemporary issues, to critically evaluate those same two contemporary issues, and then to debate and defend your views on those two same issues that you've looked at above. Then your conclusions, recommendations, ensuring that you provide in-text referencing and a reference list. Top with the background of your chosen company, and you need to go into a lot more detail here in terms of your company. How long has the company been operating? What are their products, their services? What is the vision and mission of the company? And in terms of that market sector, what is the whole market sector worth? And in terms of your company, what is their market share and what percentage of the whole market do they actually have? And you want to go into a little more detail in terms of annual turnover, profitability, and even going into reviewing the accounts for the last 3 years. And how many countries are they based in? What branches do they have? So going into more depth and detail based on secondary information and research to provide depth and detail, demonstrating that you've shown good knowledge and understanding and analysis, application and interpretation of the information. Next, you need to talk about and select 4 contemporary issues. So I'm just going to run through the different contemporary issues available to you, and you can choose 4 of these and then talk about them, providing knowledge and understanding and explaining them in detail. So these include remote working, the impact of artificial intelligence, outsourcing of jobs, work life balance, continuing education, globalization and its implications on HR management, workforce diversity, employee expectations, changing skill requirements, corporate downsizing, continuous improvement programs, re-engineering work processes for improved productivity, technology, millennium driven change, artificial intelligence, gender pay gap inequality, gender quake, gender inequality, modern working practices, corporate social responsibility practices, corporate governance, and then the last page on executive pay, workplace well-being, balance, diversity management, glass ceiling effect, climate change, sustainability practices by companies, reskilling and upskilling of workers, fast innovation, globalization and its impact on business, emerging markets. So you can choose 4 of these contemporary issues and then go into detail of these issues. The examples, and we take globalization as one of the examples of contemporary issues. Now we're going to focus on 2 from those 4. And so we want to give a general overview firstly. So technological change means lower transportation costs, which help to create global markets and allow firms to disperse production to economical, geographically separate locations. Low cost of information processing and communication firms can create and manage globally dispersed production. Look at globalization, we might want to talk a general view, and the benefits includes lower barriers to trade and investment, means firms can view the world rather than as a single country but as one marketplace, and your base production in the optimum location for the activity. But firms with globalization can also face increased competition in their home markets. But then again, you want to say to yourselves, well, you may get firms merging and alliances coming together where they might attack your market anyway. So, you may need to be thinking about globalization in the long term. Then you want to give the arguments for and against globalization. Critics argue that, falling barriers to trade are destroying manufacturing jobs in advanced countries. Supporters contend that the benefits of this trend outweigh the costs. Countries will specialize in what they do efficiently and trade for other goods, and all countries will benefit. And then, you want to look at the impact of globalization on your chosen company and the UK. Take another example of a contemporary issue. You know, you might want to take sustainability, and here you want to give the outline what is sustainability. Sustainability, meeting the needs of the present without disadvantaging the needs of the future. Origins of sustainability in terms of business, and the World Trade Summit, the Earth Summit in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro. We're talking about the Brundtland Report, Agenda 21, where they highlighted the three different pillars of sustainability, being the economic, social and environmental pillars of sustainability. And then as we go on, there's been a fourth pillar which has been added, which is the ozone layer. And in the ozone layer, you're saying to yourself, well, it's the increase in temperatures with the gas emissions, and we've seen this in its latest developments with COP26 and COP27. So in terms of what this means for business, in terms of their carbon footprint and what they are doing, from a public perspective, corporate social responsibility and PR perspective, to actually reduce their impact on those different pillars of sustainability. Again, you need to critically analyze sustainability, critically evaluate sustainability, and then defend your position on your stance on sustainability. Are you for or against it, and why? So, for once you've looked at the topic title, you've analysed it, you've critically evaluated it, then you would need to defend and debate your personal views on the two of from the four contemporary issues that you focused on. So, providing your perspectives, which should be justified on how the contemporary issues affecting the organisation can be managed. So if we do a quick recap, we can see that you need to provide this in a report format. You need to have an executive summary, a contents page, an introduction, background into your company. You need to then talk and discuss about four contemporary issues from that list. You can choose four and go into detail on this. Then you need to critically analyze those two issues which you're going to focus on from those four. Following that, you need to critically evaluate them. And these are important words. Analyze means how one factor affects another. To critically analyze is then to add your opinion in terms of how this affects one factor affects another. Evaluate is a key word here. Evaluate means to look for the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages, and to critically evaluate, then to provide your own opinions on these. And then finally, you need to debate these issues and state where do you stand on these issues. Are you for or against? And defend your position on the stance that you're taking. And then you need to provide your conclusions and recommendations, and ensure that your conclusions and recommendations link in to your sections, and so ensuring that there is good linkage between all your different sections, and ensure that you use in-text referencing throughout all of your work, and then produce a reference list at the end of your work. So I hope that has outlined what needs to be completed in assignment 1.